everybody. This is Jackie Cox coming to you with Ace Community again, adventure, creativity, and enjoyment. And I'm super excited. We are continuing our series of chatting with our speaker sponsors for Adult Camp Experience, which is coming up in 2 weeks at Snow Mountain Ranch in Granby, Colorado. We are so excited. I have been envisioning this for the last 10 months and getting everybody jazzed up. And so I'm super excited to be having it. I feel as if in my mind it's already happened because I see it so vividly, but I can't wait to experience it. And Laurie is one of our amazing sponsors. She has sponsored some wine from ONEHOPE Wine for us. And so Laurie Probsdorfer, thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm going to do an introduction, but I'm glad you're here today with us.
Thanks. I'm really happy to be here. Thanks, Jackie.
Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely. So, all right, let's chat a little bit about Laurie Probsdorfer. She is Laurie P, the wine lady with ONEHOPE Wine. She has been proud to represent ONEHOPE Wine for the past 10 years and have supported, coached, and trained over 10,000 women and men in that time to achieve the goals they set with ONEHOPE. She has earned many incentive trips and awards throughout her time at ONEHOPE Wine and has generated, along with her teammates, just under $12 million in donations to, wow, that's incredible, to
Yeah.
more than 55,000 nonprofit organizations through their private guided wine tastings. Laurie has been married for nearly 33 years to her husband, Michael, and together they have 3 grown children who are living well and making the world better with everything they do. I love that. They are incredibly proud of their young men and their partners and the way they are carrying on their legacy of love and give back in their own communities. So welcome, Laurie. Well, glad you're here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about how you inspired your teams to get to that much volume and that much inspiration to
Yeah,
help nonprofits. Tell us a little bit about that.
sure. I think first of all, lots of folks enjoy wine, and even more folks enjoy creating impact in their own communities. And when you
Yeah.
combine those two, and then toss in a little pandemic action where
Sure.
people can't leave, and we deliver wine to your doorstep. That's kind of what we saw happen in sort of that sort of 3 or 4 year period. Yeah, I think, again, wine is inherently, if you're doing it right, it is a connection with
Yeah,
folks.
sure.
If you're drinking a bottle of wine by yourself, we need to have a better conversation. But if you open a bottle
Fair
of
advice.
wine
That's
and you
fair
share
advice.
it, and it's okay, you do you, boo. But opening a bottle of wine and sharing it with your partner or your friends or things like that is always an incredible experience. We talk a lot about, or I talk a lot about, sort of every bottle of wine has its own story, right? Who grew it?
Beautiful.
Where was it grown? What was the year? What
Yeah.
happened that year in the weather? What was the soil like, etc. So every bottle, who was the vintner, who was
Yeah.
the winemaker? And then you take that bottle and I come over to your house and I open it and you and I sit and share it. We are now creating a whole nother story. Um,
Yeah.
Stories are what we're doing. Stories are what we're all about, not just in
Connects
our
us.
industry, but in every industry. I want
Yeah.
to hear your story. I want to share my story, right? So
Mhm.
I think that has really been, all of those things together have created this incredible um, uh, give back. Impact is a word that's so used all the time, but it really is
Sure.
true. And again, that I'm impacting local organizations
Mhm.
as well as national and international organizations. We all are. So yeah, it's been
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a
That's
really cool
amazing.
experience.
Well, and you talk about your story, which I think you have an amazing story to begin with, and I know your story is shifting a little bit with where you're going now. So tell us kind of what you're working on these days and kind of what the vision is for you.
I still have my affiliation with One Hope. I love the
Yeah.
company. I personally have experienced through GLP-1 medicines
Mhm.
a transformation of my body, having lost 95 pounds in the last couple of years
Wow.
using the GLP-1 meds.
Sure.
Yeah, and also just I can feel my body working better. And you and I,
Beautiful.
Jackie and I was just
Yeah.
asking Jackie about her workouts, and I've told her I've spent 60 4 years of wanting to exercise at all costs. Um, but I feel ready, with a lighter body and also aging, I'm 64 and
Mhm.
uh, wanting to live longer. And
Mhm.
so I'm exploring kind of that whole aspect. But yeah, so
Yeah.
I recently partnered with a company called LEMD, um, and they do all sorts of peptides.
Okay.
I was initially drawn to them because of the GLP-1 medicine, of course, because that's what I know. Now that I'm there, I'm finding out all this stuff, Jackie, like
That's amazing.
this big word longevity. And like I was just trying to get through the day most of the time, like
Sure.
um but now again, like you sort of reach this point where I'm a late bloomer, right? Where you're like, oh, I really need to take care of myself. And a lot of folks know, and that there are some things in my future that I need to be healthy for and be strong.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm loving the company. I love the products. I'm starting to explore some of the other peptides. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Beautiful. So tell me, so how do you sustain? I know that, there's news all over the place, and
Yeah,
oftentimes it comes from uneducated sources, right?
yeah,
So how do you tell us a little bit about what that sustainability looks like long
sure.
term while you're, on these peptides and things like that, and how that continues to help you feel more vibrant and more healthy and things like that?
Yeah, good question. Without getting into a whole lot of
Yeah,
detail, my
that's
height
fair.
weight after my third child was 350 pounds.
Okay.
I took drastic measures to lose a lot of that weight. Drastic measures looked like weight loss surgery. And I lost
Okay.
quite a bit. I've lost basically another 100 since then. So,
Gosh, yeah.
yeah. So, in terms of, so I tell you that just so that when somebody said to me, you'll be on this for the rest of your life, I said, okay, I'm fine with that
Okay.
because
Yeah.
otherwise it's insulin or it's a statin or
Sure.
right, it's all of these other
Sure.
things to sustain our body systems are
Sure.
working, right?
Yeah.
um Now 2.5 years in and slightly more educated. Again, I'm not a
Yeah.
doctor. I don't play one on TV. Some people will get that, a lot of people won't. But um, now with more information,
Yeah.
do I think I'll be on it for the rest of my life? Perhaps if I am on it for the rest of my life, it will be my choice to be on it because of the health benefits outside of the weight loss.
Sure.
My job now for me personally is exactly what you and I were talking about, and that
Mhm.
is, um, uh, now I need to I mean, I'm already eating differently happily, right? Like,
Right.
I'm not
Right.
struggling to eat differently. I focus
Yeah.
on protein, things like the next part for me is moving my body, and
Yeah.
that'll be new for me, and it'll be hard, and I'll be wanting your support, but,
Absolutely.
um yeah, so will I be on that's kind of what I have discovered in this partnership with Ellie is the health benefits and the longevity aspect. So we offer a microdose opportunity as well because of the health benefits. It's not to lose weight. I've
Okay.
lost my weight. I don't want to lose any more weight. I can't afford the
Great. Good. Okay,
right?
good.
Like I'm good.
Like, you look fantastic.
Well,
Yes.
thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. There's things you can't see, but, look a little
Laurie.
rough, but that's okay. I'm married, it's all good, but, I'm not trying to get a date, you know? Um, but in terms of just the protection of your heart, I was diagnosed with fatty liver disease when I had,
Sure.
my weight loss surgery, and that was 22 years ago, and I was like, I mean, yeah, I weighed 350 pounds and my liver's got fat, right? I didn't know what that meant. And I
Sure.
didn't know enough to figure it out. I then found out what that
Yeah.
really means. And my fatty liver disease has been completely reversed because that's what these meds are doing.
Right.
They're mimicking um, peptides that are natural in your body. But as
Yeah.
we age, we don't produce them at the right level. We don't
Sure.
produce them, and then our bodies don't use them accordingly. So again, I don't want to get too deep because I don't know that much. But I'm learning is there are benefits to being on GLP-1s and other peptides
Sure.
for the rest of your life.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just like anything, like supplements and vitamins are necessary. And so this is probably a necessary piece from that standpoint because our food is just not the same as it was even when I was a kid. There, I'm in my mid 40s, but even 30 years ago, the food is not the same. Even 10 years ago, the food is not the same. And
Yeah.
so we do need to be able to provide our body with the nutrients that we're missing out on. And
Uh,
so if this is what's happening for you and the research that's happening, then I mean, I think it's great that if it's providing positive effects for you, then awesome.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. 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 And for me, it was an opportunity to um, really talk about something that I'm super passionate about, and the
Yeah.
conversations that I get to have with women, I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah.
Men are doing some other peptides and they're not really coming to me, but a
Yeah.
lot of women are, and the conversations that I'm allowed to have with women are so powerful. I have lived it. I've
Mhm.
lived this. I know what it feels like to
Yeah.
thinking about food all the time, or what I'm going to eat next, or what do I look like, and am I taking up too much space? And I've had all of those feelings.
Sure.
And
Sure.
when I had a woman not too long ago, and this was the moment that I'm doing this, because I sort of had my toe in a little.
Mhm.
When she said, I've been in therapy for 20 years and I've never had this conversation with my therapist because
Mm.
she's tiny and I didn't think she would understand. That is the moment that I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm here on purpose. I am
Mm.
in this space on purpose because I can have
Yeah.
this conversation. I'm not a therapist. I'm an old lady though. I have a lot of
You're not
wisdom,
an old
but
this
you
is
know what
super
I
not an old
mean.
lady.
I'm just saying, like, not I shouldn't have said that, but like just I have a lot of wisdom. I have
Yeah.
lived for 64 years, and I'm not giving it 65 because several months away. But um,
Yeah. Don't push it.
I've lived a lot. I've learned a
Yeah.
lot. I have all the things, you know.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
feels really good to be in that space and be able to
Amazing.
support somebody on that journey, knowing without a doubt that they actually will achieve the goal that they're going for. Because
Yeah.
again, you have to tell me to stop because I won't. I mean, I
No, that's awesome. I mean, I love your passion. So one of the things I've noticed about your post, Laurie, is you are posting, you never, reveal names or anything, but you post these amazing texts that you seem to be getting from your clients of, oh my gosh, I've never felt this great, or I woke up this morning and I wasn't in pain, or things like that. So how does that factor into the level of support that you're
yeah.
continuing with them and continuing to inspire your clients with?
Thank you. Yeah. It's incredible. Like it's like my favorite.
Yeah,
I'm not mad when somebody texts me that they sold a case of wine, but it doesn't really touch me in the same way.
sure.
Um, so essentially my role at Ellie is I'm a pointer.
Mhm.
I'm just
Okay.
a pointer.
What does that mean?
I'm like, has been my experience. Let me send you to these guys where the
Okay.
doctors are.
Oh, okay.
So I'm essentially a referral. I mean, we're brand partners, right?
Okay. Okay.
So it looks affiliate-ish in terms of, I'm pointing you to the doctors. The doctors,
Sure.
you will fill out a medical form. The
Okay.
doctor, I never see it. Nobody sees it but the medical team. And then
Yeah,
they make a recommendation.
I
So,
see.
so in terms of that's it on that. They're the medical support. I'm your friend. I'm your girlfriend who has lived it, who
Yeah.
you can call me and say whatever you want to say. Oh my gosh, I lost weight, or oh my gosh, I didn't lose weight this week, or
Yeah.
because guess what? I've been on
That's
for
just as
a really
important.
long time, and guess what? There are weeks that you don't lose weight,
Yeah.
and there are weeks where you lose a lot of weight, right? Like so. I think that's my level of support. I'm your girlfriend. I'm your
Yeah.
girlfriend who's going to be here to talk you through it. Whatever
Yeah.
it is. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not going to Am I going to tell you to eat more protein? Sure, I am. I'm also going to tell you to
We as
just
women all need to eat more protein.
100%, and really we just need to eat more. Like that's the
Yeah.
truth, like especially when you're on these peptides. So I hardly ate anything. How come I'm not losing weight? I mean, this is a conversation I had for years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, I barely eat. Well, yeah, your body needs fuel. So eat more,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
anyway, but medically, that's going to be, you have full access to the doctors and all of that. That's not my world. I'm here
Yeah.
to be your bestie and kind of
Yeah.
chat through it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so now we've touched on two pieces of where your business is kind of shaping up. What's the third piece that you'd like to talk about?
I would talk longer, but I have to go book a trip. Yeah, so I'm just going to say this, and I don't know, it always kind of feels weird to say it in public, but my husband was recently diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and
Okay.
he's very early. Like, it was an accident, really, that he was diagnosed. He's still super, functional, driving and doing all the things. I always feel like I want to say that because I want to paint a picture for you. Anyway, I asked him, what do you want to do? What do you want? Like, in this time where you can still do the things and whatever. And he said he wants to be a grandpa and he wants to travel.
Oh.
So I cannot help with the grandpa piece. Lay on a little guilt, which I have done. Um,
Nudge, nudge.
Um, uh, but I knew that I could help with the travel piece, and I love to travel, and I'm just gonna shout out to Phoenix because Phoenix, I've always loved to travel, but she put together a trip for us for our 30th. That was amazing and truly just inspired the hell out of me. Um, so I got into travel. I am not Phoenix Sagan level. I'm like Laurie
Phoenix.
level right
Yeah.
here, you know? But I did it primarily for us, but in the course of it, I've actually booked a lot of travel for people.
Good.
And
Okay.
I've never put together a big I have a big anniversary trip for a couple like in the works right now. And again,
Yay.
Phoenix, thank you. Like, I used sort of her model to base their trip on because it was so extraordinary for us. And I thought, man, I really want that for them too. So I
That's
have a
amazing.
little toe there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly I'm
That's
booking my own though.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that's amazing that I mean, travel is the way that we, grow, I think. And it's the way we get in
Yep.
touch with ourselves and connect to other people and other cultures around the world
Yep.
and being able to experience amazing places. And so, yes, you're right. Travels Phoenix Sagan does with amazing job with what she's doing on
Amazing.
Travel Forever. There's a little plug for you, Phoenix, if you're watching, but we love Phoenix, and I know Phoenix very well, and she also encourages other people to do what lights them up. And if travel and
Yeah.
planning travel for others lights you up, she's going to be your biggest cheerleader at the same time.
Inspiration and cheerleader for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's amazing. So what do you have a trip coming up for you and Michael?
As a matter of fact, I do. This is sort of the time of the year when I started planning it all out. So we're actually going to Mexico in 2 weeks.
Beautiful. Okay.
We love Mexico, love the culture, just love everything about it. So
Sure.
we're going there in 2 weeks. Do you want to hear all of it or just the one? Yeah, we got a lot of trips. I'm going to
Absolutely.
Napa two times to Napa in October.
Oh, wow. Okay.
One for I earned an incentive, so I'm going to call it work. And then another one to go to our harvest party at ONEHOPE that I
Yes.
also
Okay. Yep.
for that. And then November, we're staying close to home. We're going up to Granby for Thanksgiving with all the kids and dogs and all
I
of
love
that.
it.
And that's so see, November, nowhere in December, January, we're going on a Virgin voyage with a bunch of friends. So that
Hey.
was super fun. February, taking the kids back to Mexico. And then April, I'm trying to earn a trip to Tuscany with One Hope. So,
Yeah.
and I think I'm going to plan a little because it's, the probably only 5 days. So I'm going
Sure.
to put a little package together for
Yeah.
everybody who earns it if they want to extend their stay. So,
That's amazing.
yeah.
You do have some amazing travel. You have travel coming up for the next 6 months.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
ma'am. 2024 was the year that I said we were going to travel every month, and we did. Uh,
Wow.
this past year, I had to take it down a notch. It was a lot.
Yeah,
Uh,
that can be, yeah.
we sort of stayed home most of the summer, weirdly. Like
Okay.
we had a trip in May and we went to Spain. That was in 24. I don't know. Anyway, I get confused.
Yeah.
But 26 is ramping up to look like
Yeah.
travel every month ago.
I mean, that's amazing. And I encourage it. I highly encourage it because again, that's how we grow. That's how we have, more fun in our lives. That's how
Yep.
that word you used earlier, longevity. I believe travel will help us with longevity as well. From the standpoint of the mental rejuvenation that you get from traveling, I think is so huge. And so I think, I mean, again, I'm not a doctor, nor am I a therapist, but in my personal opinion, I think that is a way of giving yourself longevity is by traveling and offering those experiences for yourself and letting your brain do things outside of your comfort zone,
Yep.
and
Yes.
and
Yes.
see things that you haven't seen before and try new things and try new food and embrace the art that is there and all the things,
Love
right? I mean,
it.
traveling is you're never gonna have to convince me that traveling has its benefits.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
That's
I think that there's also, yeah. The man said he wanted to travel.
I love
So
it.
travel we will. And okay.
Right. Oh, that arm seems to be
Yeah, exactly.
fixed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's pretty
So
rough when you twist it back so much.
exactly, exactly,
Oh my
exactly.
gosh, that's awesome. And so how are you combining all three of these things together then? I know that there was you were working on something to kind of combine them all together. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll let you know. I mean, I'm still sort of working on it, right? I
Right?
think it took me it's hard, you have this tremendous allegiance and also just this sort of okay, think about this. Think about our parents who, my dad was a plumber.
Awesome. Yeah.
It, um, people had a job that they
Right.
did, and
And
that was
hard labor
job. Now,
jobs.
my dad was actually also very much an entrepreneur and did a lot of other things, and I'm not really giving him credit for that. But the point that I'm trying to make is that, um, our folks had a job and they went to their job and that's what they
Yeah.
did. And then sort of in the last 10 years or so, we've come into this sort of influencer economy, right? Where people are, I'm an influencer and I'm doing all of this and da 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 da. I identified very much. I mean, for 10 years, One Hope has been my world.
Yeah.
It was my full-time job. I spent every moment focusing on that. So I'm having to transition into what I think is going to what it might look like for folks in the future, which is
Sure.
these are all these things are my life. They're what I do. They're
Right.
part of me. They're my passion. They're what I tell everybody about. I would tell them anyway, right?
Yeah.
And so sort of honestly, like in all transparency, it's only been in the last month or so that I've been like, yeah, you know what? I feel really good right here. I feel really good
Mhm.
sharing all of these things. I still
Yeah.
have a tremendous loyalty to One Hope and of course,
Sure. Yeah.
but also it doesn't have to be my only thing. And
Right.
it wouldn't fit in my life anymore if it was my only thing. So
Sure.
I
Sure.
think that, this sort of now watching people um, be really authentic and true to who you are and really feed those parts of you while you're feeding other people with those
Right.
parts. I don't know. Did that sound too heavy? I don't know.
No, no, not at all. I mean, I kept thinking in my head, I mean, you talked about it. You talked about your passion and how you feel connected to it. Do what you love and you never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
That you're living that.
100%. And it
Yeah,
and it affords the flexibility to do the travel, to do all
right,
of the things. I'll do 4 wine tastings this month, and I will also go to Mexico for a week, and I will also have folks on the phone talking about Ellie. Like, it's
right.
just part of my day,
Yeah,
and I don't feel taxed or exhausted by it.
right. Which means you're in the exact right place
Yeah,
because then it's lighting you up and it continues to fuel your passion and not feel like, oh my gosh, it's the you get to do this versus the
exactly.
I have to do this. It's different. It is different. Those
Totally.
two words are very tiny little words in the English language, and yet they are so powerful depending on how you say them.
Yep.
And so having to do something that holds you back a little bit, getting to do something that means your positive vibe and your energy comes forward first. And that shows up because that's passion then.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, lucky. I
Awesome.
feel really lucky.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, this has been amazing to chat with you, and I'm sure we could chat all day. Laurie, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you? I have a couple emails that I will put in the comments after we're done, or a couple websites rather, but
Yeah.
those are a little bit long. But tell us how the best way to contact
I
you
mean,
is.
the best way to contact me is probably gonna be to text me or hit me up on Facebook, honestly, let's be
Okay.
real.
Okay.
I'm a Facebook girl. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah. Send me a message on Facebook.
Okay.
Certainly text or call me. I'm here for all of it.
Awesome, awesome. Well, and everybody, I will tag Laurie in the post as well, so that way you can easily connect with you, Laurie. Laurie, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for
Thank
taking the
you.
time and sharing your passion for all these amazing spaces. I mean, you're covering it all. You're covering travel and energy and fun and health and getting together socially with friends. You're covering it all. I think that there's so many aspects of life that you're making beautiful in one fell swoop. So that's
Thanks,
awesome.
man. I think you're doing a pretty good job too.
Well, thank you. I
Love
appreciate
ACE community a lot.
that's awesome. I appreciate hearing that. So, all right, everybody, we're going to see you again, but don't forget we have our ACE community meeting coming up. Our next one is actually Wednesday, October 15th. But prior to that, we do have our adult camp experience, which again, thank you for sponsoring, Laurie. We're so grateful. And so you'll be hearing all about camp by way of FOMO coming up in a couple weeks.
Great.
So
Awesome.
thanks, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.